Gentlemen, great to see you. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So, growing up, I was always super self-conscious about my voice, and I really attribute it to the fact that when my grandfather would call, every time and I would answer, hello, he'd be like, hey, Susan, which is my mom. So what I started doing, every single time the phone would ring and I'd answer it, I'd try and get as macho and as masculine sounding as possible. The result was this low-pitched squeaky growl. Hello? So I did this for a while, thinking that eventually my voice would change and it would just magically become more robust, deeper, and full of bass. Well, this never ended up happening. And as a result, I have been self-conscious about my voice pretty much my entire adult life. And then I started posting YouTube videos, and there was no getting around the fact that I call my channel Alpha M, and then here I am sitting there talking, and when I get excited, my voice goes super high, it raises octaves, and I'm trying to project, and people let me know how unmasculine my voice actually was. Even my dad, this is a true story, honest to God, even my dad one day was like, Aaron, have you ever thought about trying to bring it down a little bit? You know it's bad when your dad is like, yo, dude, bring it down, you sound a little bit, and I'm like, what? Say it, go ahead, say it, I dare you. Feminine, is that what you were gonna say? Well, he never actually came out and said it, but I knew what he was getting at and I understood. But there was no getting around it, there was no changing it. So instead of trying to change it, I decided to embrace it. And so today, I'd like to take some time and talk about your voice and how you can make yours the sexiest it can be. Alright, so first things first, we gotta deal with the vocal facts, and they are that there's really nothing that we can do to make our voices deeper, because the deepness of your voice is determined by the length and thickness of your vocal cords, which were developed during puberty. Alright, so when you're going through puberty, everybody knew that kid who all of a sudden he's like a soprano, and all of a sudden his voice starts cracking, and then it's like, yo, and you're like, damn, Jimmy, when did you become a man? And he's like, oh, but I got pubes too. Jimmy's vocal cords got thicker, got longer, because he had a lot of testosterone coursing through his body, where guys like me, well, that change never really happened. It was seamless. I assumed it changed, but I don't know, because it was a gradual process. So you're pissed. You're like, dude, my voice is not Barry White-ish enough. And so you try to speak in a lower tone. And what happens is you put more strain on your lower vocal cords. This is actually irritating and could potentially damage your voice. Not to mention sound super weird. It puts the lotion in the basket. So here's the deal. If you Google search how to make your speaking voice deeper, there are some tips and tricks out there that will help you with projection and where you actually are speaking from and all that nonsense. I say forget about it. This video isn't going to be about changing the way you speak in terms of how deep it's going to sound. This video is really to encourage you to embrace the voice that you have. But there's some things that you can do in order to make the voice that you are rocking a bit sexier. I have embraced my voice for what it is. Is it ever going to be super deep? No. Is it ever going to have a lot of bass and vibrato? No. When I get super excited, does it go up 6 octaves? Yes! But that's me. And there's no changing it. But what I will say is this. If you focus on being and developing your speaking skills, it doesn't matter what your voice actually sounds like. Pronunciation, enunciation, volume, tone, intonation, and speed. If you work on those aspects of communication and speaking, you, my friend, are going to be one sexy sounding motherfucker. If you guys missed the video where I break it all down and talk about how to be an awesome speaker, not like giving a speech, I'm talking one-on-one communicating, that video is listed and linked in the description. Gentlemen, I wanted to do this video, talk a bit about voice, and really encourage you to work on your speaking skills. This is what's going to be the difference. You're going to get more jobs, you're going to have more opportunities, you're going to be taken more seriously and viewed as sexier if you learn how to communicate effectively. It doesn't matter that you don't have a deep macho masculine vibrato, gentlemen. All that matters is that you are a great dude, and I personally think you sound amazing.